Okay, we're going to look at the differential analysis data analysis problem. So, okay, we are going to open up the spreadsheet. Let's see, each row provides information about one piece of equipment, including the price of the existing price the existing piece could be sold for. Okay, commission on the sale if the piece is sold, cost to replace the existing piece, number of years the existing piece or the new piece, estimated amount the new piece could be sold for after its useful life. Wow. Okay, let's look at what this really looks like. That is not, I'm like, that did not look like all that data. Okay, here we go. So the equipment, where it's located, the sale price of the old equipment, the commission on the sale of the old equipment, cost of the new, years. What does the years mean? Number of years the existing piece or the new piece will be used. So how long it's going to be used for. Residual on the new. Okay. Current annual direct labor, new annual direct labor. So it's looking at the savings, labor savings, if we bought the new. All right. Cool. Let's work through this one. Okay. K2, enter formula results in either the savings, a positive number, or additional cost, negative number, of selling a piece of equipment and purchasing a new piece of equipment to replace it. Okay, savings equals our current cost minus our new cost would be savings of that amount. I don't know why you would buy new equipment if it's going to cost you more. Let's see. If that's what they're looking for. That's not what they're looking for. Enter a formula that results in either the savings, positive number, or additional cost, negative number, of selling a piece of equipment and purchasing a new one. So it's not looking at annual savings, maybe? Huh. Okay, so that's, I was looking at the annual savings. They must be looking at something different. So let's think about this. It could be the total savings that they're looking for. Okay, so if they're looking for the total change, we could look at that and say, okay, what do we have? We get the money from the start a formula. We get the money from selling the old equipment. Okay, but then we have to pay commission, so we subtract off our commissions. And then this is really tough. What else do we have? Then we have our savings from what we are going to save in labor each year, which is going to be our new labor minus, what? Is that right? I think it should actually be the other way around. Because it'll be savings, so it'll be a negative. Okay, so that'll give us a negative number. Wow. We can multiply that times our 4 years. Okay. So we took selling the old equipment minus the commissions on the old equipment, and then we have our yearly savings, which would be the difference between what we're paying now and what we would be paying. Okay, so that would be savings times the 4 years that we're going to save it for. Okay, and then we also get we have to subtract off the cost of the new equipment, and then we also get back the residual on the new equipment when we sell it. Now, we're not taking time value of money into play here at all. This is just looking at the cash that's changing hands. So just so we know, there's no time value of money. Okay, let's see if that's what they're looking for. There we go. Okay, cool. So now, this is ultimately what the savings would be in terms of cash. Again, in real life, we'd probably be looking at some time value of money at play here as well, not just at a cash basis. So okay, so replace versus keep. What are they asking? Okay, if enter an if function to return the value in K2, but only if that amount is positive. Entries in the column indicate should be replaced. Okay, so if we're going to replace it, so equals if this is greater than 0, then we want that number. Otherwise, we're going to just return 0. Cool. Okay, and the other one, if function to return value in K2, but only if that amount is negative. So if we're going to keep it, so equals if this is less than 0, comma, then we return that value. Oh. Otherwise, return 0. Okay. So, let's see. Cool. Copy these all the way down. So ultimately, what it's saying, okay, what would be the savings or cost on a cash basis of replacing the equipment, savings or loss. Okay, if there's savings for replacing the equipment, then we put the amount we're saving. If not, put down how much it would cost us if we replaced it here. Interesting. Okay, now let's create our pivot table. What is the amount of money the company will save if the scanner... What amount of money will the company save if the scanners that should be replaced at the Clifton Springs facility are actually replaced with new ones? So, okay, so we're just looking... We can put this facility... we need to know... We also need to know the equipment. I'm going to just put here... You could filter either one of these. Actually, I'm going to put both of them in here because we can look at it and say, okay, I'm going to filter... I just want the Clifton Springs, and I just want the scanners. And then we just want the ones that are going to be replaced. Actually, I wonder if this will just... Maybe I don't even have to filter it. I just go Clifton Springs scanners. Here, is that all they're looking for? No. What amount of money will the company save if the scanners that should be replaced at Clifton Springs facility are actually replaced with new ones? Oh, look at that. That's not Clifton Springs. This is Clifton Springs. I just clicked on the wrong box. There we go. So, yeah, so this is the Clifton Springs. So there's the scanners. Okay. How many disseminators at the Baker Enclave facility should be kept rather than replaced? Okay, so I want to get rid of the replaced, and I want to put the keep. Okay, and I don't want the sum, I want a count. And again, I could be filtering like all of these things, but I'm just going to leave it here. So I want how many disseminators at the Baker Enclave. So Baker Enclave disseminators, and this is how many I'm going to keep. Oh, it's counting all of them. Okay, let's put this in here. I need... Let's see. How am I going to do this? I want to show all of them. I want to... I'm actually going to put the same. Here's all my keepers. And now I'm going to need to filter. Baker Enclave. I'm just going to show my disseminators. Oh wow, that's a big number, huh? How many disseminators at the Baker Enclave facility should be kept rather than replaced with new ones? I don't know why that didn't give me the right number when I did the count of them. These are all just the disseminators. I wonder if they're counting the zeros differently. Because I included the zeros. I bet they're just not. That's what it is. See that? So it's counting. These are the amounts for all of them. This one, there's 8 of them that have 0 break even. So I'm gonna think they're gonna do 31. Oh, see, I disagree with this. I disagree. So what they're saying, that is really interesting. They're saying they're keeping them unless if it's a negative number. I actually say you should keep it if it's a 0, if it's a break even as well. So they're saying keep it with the negative numbers. That's interesting. Okay. So that actually changes the way I would have done this formula for the keep versus. I guess maybe I just did the formula wrong. So this formula originally should have been keep if it's less than 0. Wait, and this one should have been, one of them needs to be greater than or equal to. So that's interesting. So we should probably go back and just redo that. That is interesting. I don't know which one I'd put it with now. I think I would keep it if it's less than or equal to. I would keep it. Okay, doesn't really matter because it's going to give us the same result. Okay, let's go back to our pivot table. Let's look at the next one. But we had to subtract off these zeros when we're saying how many to keep. Okay, what amount of money will the company forego if it replaces all of the equipment at the forks corners? Actually, I'm wrong. When I said these zeros, they were in my count because of, but they were ones that we would replace. That's what it is. These are ones we would replace. So anyhow, so we took the total of 39 of them and just subtracted the 8 that we're going to replace. Okay, sorry. What amount of money will the company forego if it replaces all the equipment at the Fox Corners facility? So what amount of money will the company forego if it replaces all of the equipment? So we're looking at the loss if we replace stuff that we should have kept. Okay, and it's just the Fox Corner, and it is all of the equipment, not just the disseminators. Okay, and we want to know actually the total. Let's and the sum. Okay, if we replace all of the equipment, actually I'm going to put this replace here as well. So here's the amount of money the company will forego if it replaces all the equipment at the Fox Corners facility. That's a weird question again, because we're going to benefit 15 million and we lose this 2 million. So I would say, okay, I put this 2 million here. I don't think this is the number it's looking for. So I don't think that's what it's looking for. It's also not copying and pasting it. That is what it's looking for. Huh. So it's saying we're foregoing, so we would have benefited this much by keeping everything. These are the ones we kept. But if we replace everything, then we're going to be a negative detriment of 2 million, whatever. Okay. Not the way I would have asked that question. Okay, Q4. What is the total cost of all the new coolers at the Palma Valley facility if those that should be replaced are actually replaced. What is the total cost? Wow. Okay. Well, at the very least, let's clear this out, and we can. So we are just looking at. I'm going to change the filters. We're just looking Palma Valley, and we're just looking at coolers. Okay, and then let's look at the cost. That's the sum of the cost of all the new ones. What is the total cost of all the new coolers at the Palma Valley facility if those that should be replaced are actually replaced? Okay. No, this is actually. I'm gonna sort it. So I don't want these, right? Because these are the ones we're keeping. So I just want to look at the ones that we're replacing, and I want the cost of those. Yeah, so I want the cost of the ones that we're replacing. This is really interesting. Okay, so I want this number equals this number minus the ones that we're going to keep. Right, so I want the cost of all the new ones minus the ones that we're going to keep. Let's see if that's what they're looking for. Half the battle on these is figuring out what they're asking for. So there we go. So this is all of the coolers, right? And some of them we have no benefit for replacing. So we're going to keep these, and that's the value of the ones that we're going to keep. Then for the ones that we're replacing, because they have a positive benefit to replacing them, we want to know how much the cost is going to be to buy the new ones. So there we go. I hope this was useful, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.